In today's video, we're looking at how we use HTML to build web pages. But before we actually build a web page, in today's video, we're looking at the HTML home page, the HTML attributes, and formatting elements using HTML. Okay? Alright, how to make a website using HTML. You do not need a web server to view or test the HTML file. Once you have a browser on your laptop or computer, you can save the document that you typed as an HTML file, and you can open it using your browser, and you'll be able to view your HTML file. You will need to purchase a domain name and a hosting package and upload all files to the web host if you're deploying your website to the internet. So this would be the only time you would need a web server if you're going to actually deploy your website to the internet. But if you're testing it, you can actually, as I said before, use your browser to open the HTML file, and the HTML file can be created using, for example, Notepad, as we mentioned in the previous videos. How to make a website using HTML. The website's home page is also called the index.html file. The index.html file is also called the root of the website. So it's like the starting point on your website. For example, the https colon forward slash www.academysterhugh.com will load the index.html file. Another example is the https colon www.academysterhugh.com about.html will load the about.html file. And the academysterhugh.com website does not exist. We just typed it for today's video as an example. Now let us look at HTML attributes. Now in the previous video, we looked at HTML elements and tags, and today we're going to provide some additional information for the HTML elements. More information about HTML elements is provided by HTML attributes. Every HTML element may have attributes, right? In the start tag, the attributes are given. The attributes are normally written as name value pairs. For example, the name will be equal to the value. And let us explain further. So here we would have the name, and it will be equal to the value. So let us look at the next slide of how we can use HTML attributes. We're looking now at the href attribute. A hyperlink is defined by the left angle bracket, then we have the letter A, and then a right angle bracket tag. This is called the anchor tag. So this is called the anchor tag. The URL of a page that the link is directed to is specified by the href attribute. For example, here we have the anchor tag and we have the href attribute. So here we have the left angle bracket and we have the anchor tag represented by the A, and then we have the attribute href is equal to open quotation https colon www.academysterhugh.com close quotation, right angle bracket, and here we have the words view candidate Mr. U, right? And then we have the closing tag for the anchor tag, and we have it is represented by the left angle bracket forward slash a right angle bracket, right? So what you would see on the page is view candidate Mr. U, and when you click on it, it will display or go to this address that says https colon forward slash www.cadmisteru.com. Okay. All right. Let us now look at the SRC attribute. An HTML page can have an image that is embedded in it using the image tag, right? Which is here it is the left angle bracket, img, right angle bracket. The path to this image is specified by the SRC attribute. For example, here we have the left angle bracket, img, space, source is equal to open quotation, img underscore computer dot jpg close quotation, right angle bracket, right? So this is how we'll be able to um, specify our images using the SRC attribute. All right, now there are two ways to specify the URL for the SRC attribute. And the first one is the absolute URL. This is used for linking an external image that is hosted on a different website. For example, SRC is equal to open quotation https colon forward slash www.cadexternal.com forward slash images forward slash img underscore computer dot jpg close quotation. All right. Now, if you are getting an image from a different website, it is best that you get the permission to use the image so that you don't get yourself into any copyright infringement problems. Okay. And also, you could the website that you're linking, the image that you're linking to that is hosted on a different website, they could move the image, right? And if you do not update your link, then you might not be able to see the image again because they have moved it, either deleted it or moved it to a different page on the website. Okay. All right. Two, relative URL. An image that is hosted within the website can be linked. This is your website. If there is no slash at the start of the URL, and in the previous video we explained what was the definition for URL, it is relative to the current page. For example, SRC is equal to open quotation img underscore computer dot jpg close quotation. If there's a slash at the start of the URL, it is relative to the domain. For example, SRC is equal to open quotation forward slash images forward slash img underscore computer dot jpg close quotation, right? So it is wise to use relative URLs because the path to the image will remain if the domain is changed. All right, let us look now at the width and height attribute. The, the width and height attributes can be included in the image tag. The image's width and height in pixels can be specified using these attributes. So here's an example. Left angle bracket img src is equal to open quotation img underscore computer dot jpg close quotation. Width is equal to open quotation 300 close quotation. Height is equal to open quotation 400 close quotation. So this is how you could use the width and height attribute when you're using an image. All right, let us look at the alt attribute, which is alternative attribute. If the image cannot be displayed, the alt attribute for the image tag specifies the text that will be displayed as an alternative. So if the browser cannot find the image, right, it will put in the place where the image would be the word laptop. So here's an example. Left angle bracket img source is equal to open quotation img underscore computer dot jpg close quotation, and the alternative is equal to open quotation laptop close quotation right angle bracket. Okay, so again, if the image cannot be displayed for whatever reason, maybe you have deleted the file from the folder, then the words laptop will appear instead of the image. Okay, all right, HTML style attribute. The color, size, and font are some of the examples of styles that can be made to an element, right? And we spoke about what's an element in the previous videos. The style attribute can be used for applying styles to an element. For example, here we have name tag. Style is equal to open quotation, property, colon, value, semicolon, close quotation, right angle bracket. CSS is used in the syntax above, and property is a CSS property, while the CSS value is value. We're looking now at the HTML style attribute. Color, size, and font are some of the styles that can be made to an element. The style attribute can be used for applying styles to an element. For example, we have the heading tag, and here we have the opening tag, represented by the left angle bracket. We have H, and here we have the style attribute is equal to open quotation color colon blue semicolon close quotation right angle bracket to close the tag, and this style will be applied to the heading. And in this example, the heading is this is a blue heading, and then we have the closing tag, and we represent the closing tag by a left angle bracket / H right angle bracket. All right, HTML style, the background color. The background color for an HTML element can be defined by the CSS background color property. For example, body style is equal to open quotation background hyphen color colon blue semicolon close quotation, and we put this in the left angle bracket and right angle bracket for the body tag. And here we have another example of the HTML style being applied for the background color in the H2 tag here. And we have style is equal to open quotation background hyphen color colon blue semicolon close quotation. And this is enclosed by our right angle bracket, right? And the head, this will be applied to the um, element here. The heading is here, right? With the background color would be blue. Here we have another example. Here we have the for the paragraph, the style. In this example, we have op, open quotation, background color hyphen, colon is the color is red, semicolon, close quotation, and we close it the tag using the right angle bracket, and this will be applied to the paragraph. We are now looking at the HTML style, and we are looking at the text color. The text color for a HTML element can be defined by the CSS color property. Example, two different elements are said to have different text colors. So here we have the opening body tag. Then we have the, for example, the heading to style is equal to open quotation color colon blue semicolon close quotation, and the color that will be applied to this heading that says the heading is here will be blue when it is displayed on the web browser. And here we have the paragraph tag, and the style is equal to open quotation color colon red semicolon close quotation, and the paragraph the text would have a red color using this example, right? Now let us now look at HTML style fonts. The font that is to be used for an HTML element can be defined by the CSS font family property. Now here we have two different examples of elements that are said to have different fonts. So here we have in the heading 2 style is equal to open quotation, the font family colon is equal to times New Roman comma times comma serif semicolon close quotation, and this font will be applied to the words or the text. The heading is here, okay? In the next video, I'll be showing you how we actually use the actual HTML code to make a web page, right? So you'll be seeing these, but we'll be covering the fundamentals before we actually build the web page, right? Here we have the paragraph, and the style is equal to open quotation font family colon veranda semicolon close quotation, and it will apply to the paragraph, and the paragraph example is for these three words, the paragraph here, all right? And then we have the closing paragraph tag, okay? All right, HTML style, and we're looking at the text size. The text size that is to be used for an HTML element can be defined by the CSS font size property. Example, two different elements are said to have different text size. So here we have an example. Here we have the H2 and it's set to style is equal to open quotation font size colon 100% semicolon close quotation, and this will be applied to the heading that says the heading is here, okay? Here we have the paragraph. We're going to apply the text size, right? And we have style is equal to open quotation font size colon 80% semicolon close quotation, and it will be applied to the paragraph that and here we have the example using forwards. The paragraph is here, so the font size for the words in this paragraph would be 80%. Okay, we are now looking at the HTML style text alignment. The horizontal text alignment that is to be used for an HTML element can be defined by the CSS text align property. Here we have an example of two different elements that are said to have text alignment. So here we have the heading 2, and we have style is equal to font align colon center semicolon, and we have our close quotation, and this will be applied to the four words here for the heading that is written. The heading is here, okay? And for a paragraph, we can also use a text alignment, and we'll use style is equal to open quotation font align colon center if you want to center it semicolon close quotation, and it will be applied. This center alignment of the text will be applied to the paragraph, all right? So these four words will be centered in your browser. All right, HTML formatting elements. To display special text types, formatting elements can be used for HTML. Here we have to bold the text, we can use the left angle bracket B and the right angle bracket, right? You have important text, we can use the word strong in the left angle bracket and right angle bracket. We can italic text using the left angle bracket with the I between the right angle bracket. Text that is emphasized, we can use the left angle bracket with the words EM, and then we have the right angle bracket. So these are the tags. Marked text can be formatted using the left angle bracket followed by the word mark and then the right angle bracket. Have text that is smaller, we can use the left angle bracket and the word small and then the right angle bracket. Deleted text, we can use the word DEL in the left angle bracket and right angle bracket. Inserted text, we have the left angle bracket and we type the letters I and S, and then we have the right angle bracket to close it. Subscript text, we have the left angle bracket and then the letters SUB, and then we have the right angle bracket to close the tag. And super text, we have the left angle bracket and the letters SUP followed by the right angle bracket.